Okay. My fucking word.
I hope so.
All right. And
Straight up, I can't see. Those aren't the right ones. The right ones.
Buckle up, Buttercup. Live from Gloucester, Massachusetts. Podcasting around the world. You're listening to the GloucesterCast podcast, a production of Joey Shimataro and Good Morning Gloucester Media. Kick back, relax, and enjoy the show with your host, Joey Shimataro, and his crew of merry castaways. No piping plovers will be intentionally harmed in the production of this podcast.
boom. Fucking nailed it. See? No frustration, no stress at all.
Yeah, no stress at all.
It's easy. It's fucking easy. I didn't get here at 4 o'clock this morning and fucking set up fucking 2 different monitors and all the compile fucking 3 pages of show notes with help of Pat, little help from Jim Capillo with the lighting. I didn't do I didn't do all of that 2 hours ahead of time because we're gonna be fucking nice and smooth on the entrance. Because it's always fucking smooth when you have my sister or my mother involved. Always, right?
Can I kill him?
Good morning, Gloucester. It's GloucesterCast.
Not to mention, I was up at 4 o'clock with you because you called me at 4 o'clock. But go ahead.
I texted you. It's 4:53. GloucesterCast 4:53. We have Sista Felicia. Scottie Mac will be joining us shortly. Jim Capillo doing the audio and video engineering. Pat Dalpiaz on the chat messaging.
Bring me my tea.
Jimmy and Pat are with us. I'm Joey Shimataro. We have Lisa Buccieri Lemont, who's she's doing a fundraiser for hospitality people. I'm looking here. And we have Laura Ventamilia, who is going to be talking about Gloucester 400. Felicia is now, well, actually, I have a few more announcements to make, but Felicia's going to announce the families that will getting her gingerbread cookie kits for deserving families. So she's going to announce that in a little bit. Big shout out.
Joe.
Yeah.
I'm here too.
Chris McCarthy, I didn't say you?
No. I woke up at 4 o'clock to get on this damn podcast.
Take that thing off, Pat, with the comment, because it's right over Chris's face. So Chris McCarthy for this as well. I'm sorry. We have Mom's Kitchen, Eleanor Kookaroo. I want to mention they are doing gift certificates at Mom's Kitchen. They donated some awesome food. I'm going to read. She sent me a message with what she sent today. Let's see. I got to find it. She sent a meatloaf omelet with sautéed mushrooms, Swiss cheese, and special sauce, naked Western burrito, and a gingerbread caramel apple pancake. Jimmy, you had the caramel pancake. How was that?
Oh, it's awesome.
And they have gift certificates. So thank you so much to them. We have a bunch of prizes today. There's going to be 4 winners for people that share. If you share the podcast and you type shared on Facebook in the comments on this post, we will be entered to win one of 4 prizes. Did I say 4 or 5? One, Brenda Leahy is doing a fundraiser, a blood drive at the Elks Thursday. Let me see the times. From 2 to 7, Thursday, this coming Thursday. She donated this Elks knit cap with a exalted ruler pin on it. And that's one prize. So there's going to be 5 prizes. That's one prize. Another prize she donated is this awesome cooler, little 6-pack cooler. Trish Clinch. If people may remember Trish from Bubbles downtown, right next to the Conrad shop, she donated from her Drift Soap Company, seaweed scrub, handcrafted soap, and shell gift set. This one is High Tide handcrafted soap and clamp shell soap dish set. And one more. Drift, this one, and there's 2. Oh, this one. Oh, there's another one. Where's the other one? I don't know. There's 3 of these soap things. So that's really nice. And I put a link in on the podcast notes where you can get this. She's on Facebook, Drift Soap Company. So there's that. I think we're good with all of that. Pat, why don't you do a rundown of all the people that are with us? And Pat's audio is not on. All right, Pat. Pat, your audio is not on. I'm going to do the rundown. Here we go. Wow, we had a lot of people watching this morning. Holy mackerel. Let's see. So we have Erin Pratt Avila. She shared it. My mom, Pat. Kate is on. Joanne Wood is on. Ed Collard is on. Kate says, watch your mouth. Brenda Grimes Davis. My mother says, language, please. Yeah, Joey Foot's with us. Paula Ryan O'Brien's with us. Michael Bertolino is with us. He shared it. We love it when people share it. We really appreciate it. Lois Whitmarsh Hamilton is with us. Susan Casey Lipset is with us. Arlie Pat is with us. Sharon St. Clair is with us. Eleanor Tucker is with us. Did I say Kookaroo? It might be in her thing. Eleanor is with us from Mom's Kitchen. Laurie Joseph Thornstein is with us. David Virginia DeVoe is with us. Jonathan Cahill is with us. He shared it. David, Brenda shared it. Ed shared it. Chris is gone. I don't know what happened to Chris. He might be puking in the bathroom because he had a rough night last night. Anita Louise Pacheco is with us. Bethany Ferreras is with us. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Pat, for putting in the link to Drift Soap Company. So, all right. Now we're going to get to Felicia. Amanda, Elite Podcast Crew. Paul Gamber's with us. I got to stop. We're going to get right into the podcast right now. Felicia, why don't you explain what you announced last week and what has transpired since? Hey, Chris. Oh, wow, you look good, Chris.
You're looking much better now.
I think your feed is like crisp. You're crispy. He's not talking all of a sudden.
All right.
Can you hear me?
No, okay. Good. All right, Felicia. Let her rip.
So
Test
1, 2, 3. So last week we announced I really wanted to do something special for some local families during the holidays, since this is an extra crazy holiday dealing with the pandemic. And the pandemic has affected many families in many different ways. So we asked for people to send in nominations, and a group of us read through them all, and we were overwhelmed by the amount of nominations that we received. We want to say that all the stories touched our hearts. I wish that I could make cookies for everyone, but that is not possible this year for personal reasons. And so I'm just going to read off the winners. I originally said we were going to do 5 gift kits, decorating gingerbread cookie kits, decorating kits for 5 families. But I it was very hard to make decisions, so I've extended it to 7 families, not 5. So I will be announcing 7 right now. So some families, out of respect, the people that nominated them asked that we don't share the story or just share it brief, or some just only share names. So I am going to fulfill all people's wishes and respect what they've asked us to do. And again, we thank you for sharing your stories. So the first nomination, the first winner, the nomination was sent in by Safathia, our mayor, who loves everybody and helps everybody. She nominated Leonora Napoli and her family. She asked to keep it brief, that the family has suffered a terrible loss in their immediate family, and this would brighten their Christmas with some quality family time together. So Lorena Napoli is our first of the 7 families. The next one was awesome. I was hoping that we were going to get some nominations for frontline workers, and we did. This nomination was sent in by Erin Avila for her daughter, and I'm going to write what she wrote, and she gave permission. I'm writing to nominate my daughter Emily and her 2 boys, Owen and Cole. Emily is a pediatric ER nurse in Salem and has worked tirelessly through this whole process at the same time as being an amazing mom. I cannot be more proud. I'm going to cry because she's an awesome kid. Proud of who she is and what she does. It's hard. These are hard. She is often pulled away from the boys, and this would be a wonderful thing for them to do as a family. Thank you for considering her and the boys. Quarantine hasn't been easy on them. She also shared with me that currently Emily's grandfather is actually in the hospital battling COVID right now, and he is an elderly man. So kudos to Emily. We thank you for your service. And Emily Avila and her son Cole and Owen will be receiving a gift. This next nomination, 2 people nominated this remarkable girl from Rockport. Her name is Marlon Welcome. She's 12 years old. She was nominated by her aunt, Erin Welcome, Erin Good, I'm sorry, and the Noble family, Steve Noble and their family. They both wrote incredible letters. I'm just going to read one to you from Emily's aunt. My brave niece, Marlon Welcome, age 12, has relapsed in her battle with leukemia. After years of chemo, she didn't even enjoy a full year of remission. The cancer is back to square one, and she has endured treatment the last few months to get her counts back to 0 so she can have an important bone marrow transplant in late January. If all of this is not challenging enough with COVID, since they have to bring her immune system to 0, she is on strict quarantine. So when not in Boston Children's Hospital, she is isolated at home with her mom, Erica. Stepdad, Scott, is a merchant marine away at work, hoping to be back on the transplant, but will miss Christmas this year. Marlon and her mom could use some joy with a kit like this. Would be perfect thing for them to do while isolating and trying to get into the holiday spirit. So again, the Noble family wrote another very long, beautiful, very touching, nominated Marlon as well. So Marlon, you have a cookie set coming, honey. The next nomination was sent in by Safathia, Safathia's sister Rosaria. Everybody knows Rosaria from Soft Touch. She herself is an angel walking this earth and does so much for so many people, very quietly, very humble. She's a very humble person and a generous person. She wrote nominating her niece. This is hard. Leah Romeo Oliver. She is a young lady who thinks of others before herself. She is the first one there to help those who need anything, even in taking away from herself to give to others. Those of you that don't know me, she is my niece. I know who she is as a young lady, caring, loving, taking care of her own nieces in circumstances which I will not get into the details, but it amazes me again, thinks of others first before herself, especially when it comes to the holidays. She will donate whatever she can to whoever needs anything. That story really touched me because I know Leah personally. She is an incredible mother and an aunt. And, in times like this, a person that may not have everything come to her so easily, she's always there to help others. So, times like this, we all think it's bad, but there's always somebody that's in a worse situation than us. So kudos to Leah for always thinking of others and helping others. This next nomination was nominated by Safathia again. She asked me to keep this one brief, but said this was an extremely important person to receive a gift like this at this time of year. It goes to Bonnie Todd. She nominated her because she is an amazing, strong woman who deals with so much, yet shows kindness to those in need. And I will leave it at that. But Bonnie, we hope that this cookie kit brings you and your family some much needed joy. This next one was sent in by Lisa Bevins. I forget what your married name is. Browick, something like that. I'm sorry, I can't remember. But anyway, Lisa wrote, nominating her friend, again, asked me to keep it very simple. But she nominated her friend, Kristen, and her two children, one 10 and one age 15. They've had a very tough year, and she thought that something like this would bring their family together and, again, spend some quality holiday time, brighten their day. So, Lisa, I will contact you to give it to your friend, Kristen, and we respect your wishes, and I appreciate you sharing the story personally with us. This last one, you all may have seen on Good Morning Gloucester. It's a personal one to our family in particular. My sister-in-law, Caitlin's sister, Erin Wetson, and her two beautiful, adorable children, Patrick, age 4, and Camilla, age 2, lost their father unexpectedly on November 2nd. This is going to be, their first Christmas without their dad and without Erin having her husband by her side. Michael adored his children and cherished his family and his friends. He dedicated his life as a police officer to helping others. This Christmas is going to be very difficult, and this cookie decorating set would be an awesome distraction for the kids. So, Erin, we love you. We're always here to support you, and can't wait for the kids to decorate with Connor and Auntie Kate. So that's all the nominations. Again, I will contact the people who nominated them to get the gift sets to them, and they will be available sometime before Wednesday. I am actually baking the second I click off of this Zoom call.
Thanks so much. That was really, really sweet. I think even the most hardened, cynical of us is, a little verklempt right now.
Yeah, I mean, it really was. It really was hard reading all the stories, this is just something little. I wish I could do more. I wish I could fill every single one. Honestly, I really do. So, Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm going.
Thankfully.
Love you.
Thank you so much. That was really. Wait. Before you go, one more thing.
Yes.
I wanted to tell everybody what you did with the Christmas tree behind and the story behind it.
I don't know.
It's not a real Christmas tree. It's a flat.
Right, can you see it? I'm going to try to scan the computer.
It's a 2D Christmas tree.
So this year I usually have. I don't know if you know me. I usually have several Christmas trees in the house. Long story short, COVID. My husband broke his back. Long story. I decided I wasn't going to decorate. My guilt kicked in. My daughter kept sending me cardboard cutouts of Christmas trees. And a couple of days ago, I said to my husband, I can't do it. We need some holiday cheer in this house. So I started thinking about Amanda's cardboard cutout that she wanted me to hang on the wall of a Christmas tree, and that didn't meet my standards of Christmas trees. So my husband, I drew a sketch, and my husband's like, I have the wood. I'll show you how to use the screwdriver, but he's unable to help me right now. And I constructed an A-frame out of I ripped down some 2x4s like a strapping he had in the garage. He's doing a house project. Well, he was doing a house project outside. this summer. So we took some scrapping pieces and I made an A-frame, like drawing a Christmas tree, and put a couple of braces going across. And I put it up on the wall to get the size that I wanted. Then we took it down and screwed it together just to make it like a solid frame. And I went up in the attic and I took my Christmas garland that I usually have strung along my balconies in my great room and a big glass wall that we have with windows. And I took that garland and I flocked it. And if you're a crafty, you know what flocking is. It means you add snow. So I sprayed it with snow, and then I staple gunned it, the garland, crisscrossing it back and forth along the A-frame to the wood frame, and strung the lights on, and then literally hung it on the wall with a giant hook, like you would hang like beach chairs in like your garage, and one drill hole in the wall with the hook, and literally hung this Christmas tree wooden frame with the garland on it, which was actually really light, believe it or not.
Two-dimensional.
And then I decorated it.
So you'll be able to keep that for next year?
Well, it's really, really, really tall. I said it's 13 feet, but I think it's probably closer to like maybe 15. If I had a place to store a 15-foot Christmas tree, I would literally wrap this baby in plastic wrap and put it somewhere, and then just pull it out next year and hang it on the wall. So
I wonder if you could get it and put like a pulley and put it flat up against the ceiling in your garage.
We probably could, because my garage is pretty high. Yeah. But I'm telling you, for people that need to save space for Christmas trees, this is an awesome idea. You can make it any size. You can fit any wall area that you have, like as far as the width goes.
Is it possible for you to bring the laptop like right to the side of the wall so you can see how it's flat?
Yeah, I'm not plugged in. Hold on. All right, so
Felicia, how many screw holes did you have to make in?
There's only one
wall?
screw, Chris. There's one screw at the top.
One screw.
It's like hanging a picture.
I don't know where. Oh, okay. Can you see right here?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. That's great.
So, like I said, at the very top, if you, oh, wait a minute, I got to go this way. Hold on. At the very top, where is it? See the reindeer?
Yeah.
Right behind the reindeer is the hook. So there's one giant hook.
There you go.
Is the hook in the reindeer's butt?
It's right in the front part, Chris. No, honestly, so many people have been writing to me and asking me how I did. I might do a little tutorial actually with popsicle sticks because I don't have the time to do a big one. But it's such an awesome idea. I don't know why I didn't think of this years ago. With all the parties we've had in this house, it's such a space saver. It's awesome.
This winter we're gonna do some live stream cooking demonstrations with Felicia.
Oh yeah, that's news to me. Okay.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna be bored to tears, so we might as well do something fun.
This is true. I'm gonna be making your guccia, so you have to stop by and pick up your guccia on the way home after work today.
What'd you say?
Today's Santa Lucia's day. I'm making the Santa Lucia guccia.
Yeah.
And you have to
like that stuff.
You don't like it?
No, it's like pudding.
What the hell kind of Italian are you?
I'll take it.
You want to make some?
Chris, come pick some up.
Make the piñolada.
I am making piñolada, but not till closer to Christmas.
All right.
Felicia, can you make me tripe?
No, I don't like tripe. My mother used to make it for my father. I don't waste my time. That stuff's nasty.
Joey, I heard you love the tripe.
That's great. All right, thanks for.
All right, bye guys.
Are you leaving or are you going to hang out?
No, I gotta go bake, Joe. I have cookies to make.
All right. Well, thanks.
I love you. Bye.
You. That was awesome. That was great. All right. So Felicia, you know how to.
I'm trying. Give me a minute.
All right, I got you. I gave her the hook. I just gave her the hook. So we got that going for us. Wow. Tono closing tomorrow. Today's your last day. Go support Tono. Go to our friends. Buy some gift certificates at Mom's Kitchen. They tuned us up with some awesome breakfast. And I want to see if I can get that off of Chris's face right there. Oh God, what did I do? Kathy Doe. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how to get that off of there. So here's a topic that I wanted to talk about, and I think this, as we get older and younger people. Oh, I want to give a shout out to my niece Amanda has a podcast that she's doing. I don't remember what the name of it is. I don't watch it because I feel I'm scared to death. I'm going to hear something I don't want to hear. Craig Kimberly says, "Leave the graphic over Chris's face."
Isn't
nice.
Hey Joey, that hat, isn't that cousin Eddie's hat from Christmas Vacation?
I think it is. It is. But skinny, how do we feel about skinny jeans are a thing now? Like you see the joggers, like sweatpants and stuff. You go to the store to go buy a pair of sweatpants, and they're skinny jeans. How do we feel about? Is there an age cutoff for wearing skinny jeans or skinny sweatpants?
I'm gonna hit the buzzer right now. I'm gonna say no. If you see Salvi Benson, he was the originator of the skinny jeans.
Really?
At Salvi's age, he still wears skinny jeans. I'd say it's perfectly fine.
There you go. All right. Chris, you want to chime in on that? What's going on here?
We lost him.
Who's doing this? Who do I need to murder right now? Who do I need to murder?
And then there was one.
Oh, okay, there we go. Pat, what are you going to say? Oh, Devlin Brackett says skinny jeans should only be worn by girls. So there's that.
Thank you, Devlin. That's okay. All right.
Where's Chris? You're here, Chris. There you are. All right, go that way.
Let me.
I think Chris just wanted to log off and art so the thing wouldn't be over his face. I think there's a lag with Chris. Maybe he can't hear. Maybe he has to set up his thing. So anyway, okay. So here's another question we wanted to talk about: gift cards. Everybody's buying gift cards. How does it? We're going to go around. Pat, we're going to start with you. How do we feel about using gift cards during the pandemic? Pat doesn't have audio. That's great. Okay. So, Scottie,
yeah.
How do you feel about using gift cards during the pandemic?
I think they're great if you're using them for some business that you expect to be around for a long time, but they're closing left and right, and it's unfortunate that that's happening. But I'm kind of nervous about buying a gift card for somebody right now.
Yeah, no, I hear you. We bought a couple. We bought some for Minglewood. We bought some for Tono. We bought some for what's it called? Beauport. They were all running deals, and I was like, might as well take advantage of the deals. So I think, Chris, we didn't hear from you on this. How do you feel about it? I don't know if Chris can hear.
If Chris can't hear, I want to give a two-part answer on that. I do believe in gift cards. They're very popular. I've used them in the past. I probably will still get a few for some of the places I know that will be around, like Minglewood and the Serenity Group. I mean, they have a lot of different restaurants to offer, so there's probably a good, there's good odds right there that if you do get that gift card from the Serenity Group or any location, that you'll be able to use it at one of the others, even if one closes. So
yeah. Chris, did you hear the conversation?
I'm having technical difficulties.
You're doing good right now, though. The question was, how do you feel about using gift cards right now during the pandemic? Why does he get two going?
No, I got to close out of one.
You're fine on this one.
I think I moved over a spot, so I would have the logos on my face.
You're fine right now. All right. I don't know what he's doing. All right, I'm going to give him my opinion. This we're gonna have to refine our process here for the podcast. But the way I feel about it is, if you think that the people are really struggling, then hold off. But I don't see the point of like buying gift certificates if you have no intention of using them. You know what I mean? Like, you're still spending the money there. So, I mean, if you want to donate the money freely, then you just give the people some some money and not eat there or something. But I don't know why people kind of make it like you shouldn't use your gift cards.
And that's restaurant specific, Joe. That's not retail could be up in the air too. But I mean, I think if you go to a retail spot that will be there, that'd be a good idea too. Restaurants a little different. At least you get a hard product if you want to pay cash, maybe instead of a gift certificate at a retail store.
Yeah. Laura Mondello says, if being purchased now and the money is going into the business now, gift cards are great. But if they were purchased a while ago, maybe consider saving them and using cash so that they can still be putting the money into local businesses right now. That's a good point. I like that idea. And other people are mentioning the Cape Ann gift cards from the Chamber of Commerce. Those are always a great idea. I'll bring Chris in. Hey, Chris. I think those gift cards from the Chamber, you can use them at hundreds of places, I believe. So those are and it doesn't. There's no money out of your pocket to do it. I don't know how it benefits. There must be like a give back to the Chamber or something. So it's probably a great idea. I don't know how it works. I should know. So there's that. The dog. That's great. Pat, did you try the cog, Pat? There's a little cog down there. Okay. Here's a question for our sports people. Oh, Chris, this is one from you and me. So I don't know. I don't understand this because this is my wife and this is a lot of other people. You go to get a cup of coffee, a drive-through, right? Say you go to whatever. You go to any place to get a hot coffee. And you get the coffee and they want it as hot as possible. And they drink it right away. And I don't know if this is a superpower or who these people could possibly be. But I'm like, when I order my coffee, I always order it with like 2 or 3 ice cubes so I can drink it right away. Because when I want a coffee, I want to drink that coffee right away. I don't want to have to let it sit. But I know there's a lot of people that like their like my wife, Kate, wants her coffee as hot as she possibly can have it. And I don't know. To me, what do you do, Scottie? What's your process?
I'll tell you, I like mine as hot as I can get it too. I don't do the dainty 3 ice cube thing that you perform. The thing that gets me is like if you're at a place and you're given a to-go cup and you're not drinking it at a breakfast place or whatever, is the style of cup that you got to hold. I mean, they give you those little slip-on things. Otherwise, it really does get hot on your hand too. And I'm the same type of person that likes my pizza piping hot, so I burn my mouth often. I like that first excitement of that first sip, the first bite. But yeah, you got to be careful.
So you'll drink that coffee right off the bat. So so you just don't care that you just burn your tongue a bit?
Inhale the steam and you test the waters with the tip of your tongue, and you know when to back off or not.
That sounds like a lot of the women you've been with in the past.
I am the token dummy bag here that I get ribbed all the time. All the viewers out there, thank you, Joey.
Paul Gamber says his wife Holly. Happy birthday to Holly. His beautiful wife just had a birthday this week. She drinks hers piping hot and burns her mouth every time as well. Chris, what's your? Are you a Superman with the coffee, or what's your plot?
No. I mean, I don't have a preference, but it's frustrating because when I do get something hot, whether it's a coffee, whether it's oatmeal, I know that I'm going to burn my mouth, but yet I think I'm invincible that day, and say no, it won't happen this time, and I take that sip. And I burn my tongue, and my taste is gone for 2 days.
Yeah,
so
right.
It's tough. You got to make that call right on that spot. Like, how badly do you need that sip?
Right.
And do you suffer the consequences if it is piping hot?
Worse than skinning your knee.
Yeah,
it's worse than a paper cut.
But it's 3 days of like not being able to enjoy food after that.
Right.
That's what that's why I'm like. Is it worth? Is the juice worth the squeeze? Or I don't know. So we get that going first. So I got a funny story about. So Kate cooked the other day. We had. She makes incredible meatloaf, and so we were having one of my favorite meals, meatloaf with mashed potatoes. So I get home from work. I get home like 7:00. I'm exhausted. She has it piping hot, ready for me. It's going to be delicious. She puts it in front of me. I'm eating it. I'm enjoying it so much, and I go, Kate, these are the best mashed potatoes you ever made. These like whatever you did this time. I want you to do that from now on. And she looked at me and she just shook her head.
Shaw's instant?
It was Hormel.
Oh, Hormel.
It was store-bought mashed potatoes. And I couldn't believe it. And she was like really kind of not happy with me because I'm like, my other mashed potatoes must not be so great. You fucking like the ones from a package. Oh,
damn,
but they really were good. Shout out to Hormel. So Paula Ryan O'Brien says, I would rather get it really hot and let it cool down to my temperature than get it too cold. Michael Berlino asked why we're not in the studio, because we're kind of doing homage to, the whole COVID thing and trying to be nice. You weren't late. I like the mashed potatoes. You could get those anytime. They were delicious. So she doctored them up. She added milk and butter. So there you go. That was
Joe, speaking of recipes, I told you last night that I made some ribs in the Crockpot.
How'd they come out?
Let me give you a showing here.
Wait, I don't want to see the package.
Can you see them?
Yeah, they look fantastic. There's a lot of liquid there. I don't think you need that much liquid.
I'll tell you when I eat them.
Like, why is that? Was it? How much liquid did you start out with?
No, it was half full. So it's all the greasy
Dripping?
love.
Wow, those are gonna be great. So you're gonna tighten them up underneath the broiler, or what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm gonna tighten them up in the broiler. Oh, look
Oh,
at that.
Very nice, very nice. I love it. Good morning, Chris Thompson, who says hi. So we'll go over the whole sharing thing one more time for anybody that's new. We have some prizes. We have from Brenda Leahy, who's having a blood drive at the Elks on Thursday from 2 to 7. We have a cooler right here, a really nice little cooler right here. We have also from Brenda Leahy an Elks. Oh, I lost my focus. I got to get my focus back here. Elks hat right there with this right here is an Exalted Ruler pin. So if you share the podcast and type shared, you'll be eligible. From this one's actually from me. So Drift, her name is Trish Clinch. Trish Clinch donated 3 gift bags of her. Where am I going? Right here. Soap. These are handcrafted soaps that she makes. Seaweed scrub, handcrafted soap, and shell gift set. There's another one right here. High Tide handcrafted soap and clamshell soap set. And another one. So if you share the podcast and you type shared in the notes, then you will be eligible.
Joe, I'm getting roasted by Craig Kimberly.
Jar pasta. No, he's roasting me for the mashed potatoes. That's what I think that was.
Yeah, but did you see his earlier comment?
Yeah, like, what's next?
Crockpot Ribs.
Very nice.
Craig, try it out. No more. You don't need a Weber.
I got to tell you, in the middle of the winter, my daughters, I make crockpot ribs all the time for my daughters, and they love them. And I don't know if there's anything easier than taking the silver skin off the back, putting a little bit of rub on them and a little bit of barbecue sauce, and you walk away from it for 7 or 8 hours. So that Craig's like, you're dead. Wait, we got to highlight this one. There we go. That is funny. So there's that. We got that going. What's everybody cooking today for the game? Are you guys cooking anything?
I'm cooking in a crock pot.
Scottie, I know what Chris is cooking. Scottie, what are you doing?
Today.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right. I'm Pat and Jimmy. We can't hear from them because their audio is fucked. And we are going to do a rib roast. Right now, rib roasts are on sale in a couple different places in town. Shaw's has Angus rib roast. I shouldn't say this because we haven't secured ours yet. Angus rib roast for $6.99 a pound at Shaw's. I think it's $4.98 a pound at Shaw's. So Market Basket is Angus for $6.99. I think it's Choice at at Shaw's for $4.95 a pound or something like that, something ridiculous. But I think that the Angus at $6.99 is a better value than the Choice at $4.99 a pound. Wayne. Craig Kimberly says, I'm making instant fake lobster rolls from a powder in my crock pot. Oh, man. Craig Kimberly.
Point out that McCarthy used the crock pot. Those ribs must have been from Pittsburgh, slow cooking.
Oh, we're going to be screwed because Pat is not going to be able to do the reads here. That's awesome, Pat. All right,
Pat.
I'm going to bring in Lisa Buccieri Lemont right now, and she's going to talk. I'm going to bring her on right now. Lisa, you there? Lisa, can you hear us? I think she fell asleep. Lisa Buccieri, are you there? She looks like she's sleeping.
That used to be a name of a radio show, Asleep at the Wheel.
Lisa, are you awake? Her audio, I don't think, is working either. Oh, my goodness.
Do the people know how to press the audio mute button, or do you have to do that, Joey?
There's no mute button for me.
It said when I logged on, it said that your microphone has been muted and I think it was by whoever the.
No, I think it starts out muted. Lisa, do you guys have a little cog down on the right hand? Did someone just talk? Lisa, can you try moving your mouth? Can she see us?
Put a mirror under her nose. See if she's breathing.
I don't know if she's breathing. Am I in fucking crazy town right now? What is Lisa? Can you hear us? Can you hear us? I think I'm in fucking crazy. I really think I'm in crazy. This is like some kind of bad juju going on right now. I don't understand what she's doing. You not move your mouth. Talk. Can you talk?
I am speaking.
Hey! We couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear you. Can you hear us?
Nothing's happening. Can you hear me?
Yes. We can hear you great. Oh, my goodness.
Can you hear me?
Paul Gamber says it's Crockpot
okay. Sorry,
audio.
I've never done this before. Hi, Joey. How are you?
Great. Well, it's great. So,
Am I supposed to just talk?
Yes. She must have her speakers turned
Thanks
up.
for having me on, Joey. So what I'm doing is I started almost by accident a fundraiser to help our local restaurant. Can I check the volume of my speakers?
You probably have yourself muted.
Sure. It says it's fully on.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. We can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So what I'm doing is trying to help our local restaurant and people that work in the hospitality industry. I started by just trying to adopt a local family, a sponsor family, by reaching out to one of our local restaurants, one of my favorite spots. Reached out to the owner. He immediately gave me information on a person that he thought could use some help. And by making a post on Facebook, I had Pat, go to your. I made a post on Facebook, and several people then reached out and said they would like to sponsor a family. And from there, I have had several people that have sponsored families that work in restaurants or in hospitality, and then people offering to donate money. And the money, what we're doing is going to be buying gift cards to supermarkets to help our local hospitality workers through what will possibly be a pretty bleak winter up here, unfortunately, for them, to help them buy essentials for their families. So what I'm asking right now is anybody that would like to sponsor a family, because I have a couple of more families that could use a little bit of holiday cheer. I have lists of children's ages and what maybe they could get for them. It could be as little as the essentials to a couple of toys, and also donations. And I have a post up with, and I'm just honestly taking the donations through Venmo because I tried to do a GoFundMe and I was having more problems getting that set up, probably because I'm technologically challenged, as you can probably see by me not being able to do this so well. So that's basically what I am doing, and any help would be greatly appreciated by the restaurant and hospitality community here on Cape Ann. And if anybody knows anybody that they think could use some help, it's completely anonymous. Please reach out to me. You can reach out to me on Facebook, which on Facebook I go by Lisa Buccieri Lemont, or you can call or text me. I'll be happy. My phone number is 774-406-0830. Again, it's completely anonymous, and I just am trying to help the people that provide us all with a lot of entertainment and good times. So they're all going to be going through some rough times, and I'm just trying to help out.
That's really awesome. Thank you so much, Lisa. I know you can't hear us, but thank you. I think it's really fantastic what you're doing.
Am I done?
Yeah, you're done. Thanks so much. Oh, all right here. Thank you, Lisa. That was a really sweet thing. So to sum it up, I feel bad for her. Her audio isn't working. Pat's audio isn't working. But Pat, if you could write in the private chat, yes, she's done. Thank you very much. But I feel what she's doing is she's raising money to donate to people in the hospitality business. She's on Facebook. She's very active on Facebook. Lisa Buccieri Lemont is her name. I'm going to put her name in the caption one more time so that you can use it to do a search for her if you'd like to participate. Yeah, her Facebook name is right there. Thank you, Anita Pacheco, for looking at that. So there's that. The Elks adopted 20 families for Christmas gifts. She says, I think we have some extra gifts. Oh, that's great. Brenda Leahy may be able to help you out, Lisa Buccieri. So there's that. Pat, you want to talk about? I wanted. Whose topic was this? Is breakdancing a sport?
I think that was McCarthy.
Chris, is that your topic?
Hang on, I'm having some audio problems. Can you hear me?
We can hear you fine. Yeah, we can hear you fine.
What was the question?
Is breakdancing a sport? That was your topic, right?
Yeah, so some of you may know that breakdancing is being added to the Olympics in, I think, 4 years. So when I read that, I sat back and scratched my head and questioned whether or not breakdancing is worthy of being considered a sport. So I'm curious, the listeners, would you consider breakdancing a sport? I don't.
No, not even remotely. I don't know how, like, it's so subjective. Like, I don't know what parameters you would use and how there'd always be the Russian judge that would throw everything askew because I mean, I enjoy breakdancing. I love when you go to, Times Square, not Times Square, the park. What's the Central Park? There's always the awesome breakdancers right in Central Park, right in front of where Trump Tower is. But I did, as an Olympic sport, I'm saying no.
I want to say no also. Actually, you just changed my mind, Joe, on the Russian judge and the how awesome they are and stuff. But breakdancing was actually a free form style of dance. Where in the Olympics, you're getting graded points on technicalities and how well. So I think the scale of being able to judge, a move would be different as into where snowboarding was never a sport in the Olympics before, and they got into the Olympics. At least they have certain tricks and names of those tricks that they have to perform and the level of points that they're able to earn. I don't see how that they would be able to do that with breakdancing.
There you go. McCarthy, did you already say your piece on it?
Yeah, I don't think it's a sport. I was in favor of golf being added as an Olympic sport, but not breakdancing.
Wait a second. Are you telling me that golf is not an Olympic sport and they're considering breakdancing over golf?
No. Golf was added, I think, the last Summer Olympics. It was the first time it was an event. So,
I love the idea of that because it's all amateurs, right? So you can't have pros playing, right?
No, it's pros too. So that was the big controversy.
Yeah. I don't like that. I don't like that they pro. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you feel? So how do you feel about that as a golfer? How do you feel about that, Chris?
I would vote for just amateurs.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm definitely with you.
Yep. No dream teams in golf like there was in basketball.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
What's Jimmy
like
saying?
Basketball. Jimmy says like basketball.
Yeah.
So there's that. With Thursday night, we're gonna do a Skiff Life podcast with TJ Shimataro and Drew Hale and Joe Borland. It's all gonna be a Gloucester boating podcast. It's gonna be it's gonna be great. And TJ's coming on not as the harbor master, just as a boater. So 7:30 Thursday night. There's that. Is it? We got. What's that? What's that, Scottie?
You have to bring out that boater's etiquette list again.
Yeah, we're not talking about like no political stuff. It's just more about boating in Gloucester and stuff like that. Are you an edge piece or a centerpiece kind of person? Let me guess whose topic this was. McCarthy.
Yeah, well, we got a pizza from Cafe Sicilia this week, Joe.
The Sicilian style. It was awesome.
Yeah, the Sicilian style, and it. I mean, you sit there and you look and you're like, do I want a corner piece to maximize the amount of crust, or do I take a centerpiece and have no crust? And again, I just throw it out there to create some dialogue. I'm a crust guy. I like taking a piece from around the edge, even if it's like a shepherd's pie, if it's lasagna.
Ooh,
I want an edge piece.
Well, when you have that edge, you get that reaction of the caramelization with the edge of the bowl where it's the hottest. So you get the intense flavors around the edges generally. But when it comes to pizza, it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? Because if you go center, there's no waste. Every bit of it has like good juju on it. It has the extra, the gonza and stuff like that, right? But if you go, it's going to be a little bit messy unless you have to hold it like this to get it in, or else you're going to get the sauce all over your hand. The crust gives you that little place to hold it from.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole thing of the brownies. The brownies. Wait a second. Where do you go? You don't. I would say center on brownies.
No.
Really?
No. Yeah.
How about you, Scottie?
I'm an Edge guy, same as McCarthy there, and not because I recently joined his family as an honorary member, but yeah, I like actually on brownies. I'd say either way on brownies, less of a mess like the pizza.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, we got Jimmy and Pat are corner people. So that pizza that we got at Cafe Sicilia was the Sicilian style pizza with the anchovy paste and the nuggets of Parmesan Reggiano, like hardcore, super sharp. Oh, it's so delicious. And they don't normally make that though. You have to order it. Is that right, Chris?
I think they have it on some days, but if you want to get it guaranteed, then you should call in the morning and have them make it for you.
Oh, there you go. That's good. All right, we're going to bring Laura Ventamilia on now. Hopefully her audio works. We're going to find out. She's laughing. I can see her in the background there. Okay, we're going to bring her on right now.
Hi. Hi, Joey. Thanks. Thanks so much. Does it work? Okay. But I have to also say hello to Pat and Jim. So hi, and hi to everybody else, too.
Thank you. So you're here to speak about Gloucester 400.
I am. I'm guessing you've heard about it. In 2023, we're going to be 400 years old.
Wow.
You too. All of us.
There's a lot going on in the background, though, huh?
Yeah, there is. The pandemic slowed everything down naturally because there were the attention needed to go to other places and more important things. But we've been able to keep the Stories Project piece of the 400 celebration going. So the Story Project, it's 400 stories, which is our goal, to be able to gather, collaborate with, and then by 2023 put out a commemorative publication. Now our hope is to have way more than 400 stories, because probably 4,000 stories already exist. Between stories at the library, stories at the museums, stories people individually have written. And so, we'll be sharing some of those stories, creating our own. But then we'll have a commemorative committee select which 400 stories to include in a broader publication. But we just published our first full biography on our website this past week. And I'm guessing the person it was about.
Lena Novello.
You got it. Yeah. Lena Novello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is quite a woman. I grew up next to her grandchildren, Chris Novello and Sammy Novello, her son. Sammy Novello, they grew up next to us on Harriet Road.
Yeah,
really great people. And she was a fixture of a lot of the fishing community. She was actually a very classy woman that was an ambassador for the fishermen. Was she a founder of the Fishermen's Wives?
She was. She was one of the original co-founders.
Yeah,
right. And she was also one of the initiators for the Fishermen's Wives Memorial down on the Boulevard.
Yeah, no, she's an amazing woman. I mean, the old school, like my grandmother and like that generation.
Right.
I'm really proud of my sister. My mom, my sister really is, keeping a lot of those traditions, alive with her book and stuff like that. But not to take away, really the story, the first story being about Lena, who is, she did things the right way as an advocate. I think just a really classy woman.
Right. And her family was wonderful in helping to pull the story together. Actually, it was her son, Peter, who submitted the idea for the story. He submitted a small vignette, and she was just such a phenomenal figure in Gloucester that we decided, and the tri-chairs, Ruth Pino, Bruce Toby, and Bob Gillis, who are the tri-chairs for the 400, they decided that this would be a great opening story to go public with the Stories Project. So anybody who has an idea can submit it you can actually upload a story on the website. I saw somebody just put the website up in the chat.
That's Pat. Yep.
Okay, thanks, Pat. So you can actually go to the website. You can see Lena's story. The cover of her post is behind me. The story is in a readable, downloadable PDF with a cover, so it's like its own ebook. And you can, on other links, you can upload a story, so anybody can upload a story. Our goal is to keep and collect and archive all the stories that we receive, so that in years down the road, anybody could have access to it publicly and for free. So it's all about Gloucester and the diversity of the people, going all the way back to 1623 and up to 2023.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I have a boat that I have to take care of right here, but these guys are going to continue the conversation with you. I know Scottie Mac wanted to talk to you about any kind of DJing that there was.
Okay.
All right. They're going to continue the conversation. I have to take care of this boat.
I see it, Jim.
I could get into that with you in just a moment, but I did have a question about the stories.
Yeah.
And how you collect those, and my question, I guess, directly is there going to be a fiction and non-fictional section of these stories that are submitted, because Gloucester is full of stories?
That's a really, really good question. So it's basically, I don't know that anybody's ever asked that or that we've thought of it quite that way, other than to say we want true stories. So in that sense, let me put it this way, it would be nonfiction, creatively written. How's that?
Great.
Okay.
Disclaimer, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you get folklore, you get stories that are passed down generational, and it's like the game of Operator where they change over the years.
Yeah.
The factual basis of the story morphs so much that you don't really get the gist of what happened, and somebody knows better than the next guy or the next woman. You know?
Right. I know just what you mean. I ran into that. I wrote the children's book, Nana, What is St. Peter's Fiesta? And I found that as I talked to people, everybody had their own version of what actually happened like 90 years ago. And it, just as you say, generation to generation, it morphed into how it started, what the values were behind it, why they did the greasy pole, why they did the same boat races. So I get it. Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, who is the oldest Gloucester resident right now?
You know what? I have no idea. That's a great question.
Yeah. It'd be interesting.
That would be a great story to write too.
Yeah.
Because the stories are written biographies, oral histories in the form of video interviews or audio interviews, and then spotlight stories. So the spotlight stories are 1 or 3 paragraphs, and we post on the Facebook page for Gloucester 400 and the website. So, you know what? I'm going to check that out on Monday morning. Somebody at City Hall, maybe in the city clerk's office, would know who that is.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
It would be.
Was the last person to be born on Gloucester Island before you could not be born at Addison Gilbert Hospital anymore.
Oh, Gloucester Island before.
Thing. A lot of people tell you, I was actually born on the island, or you were not born on the island.
Yeah.
You know.
So you mean before Addison Gilbert closed their maternity ward? Got it. Okay.
Well, they closed it right after Scottie Mac was born. They said
enough.
That's
they
enough.
said we're done.
We're done. Yeah.
And Weber too.
Anyway, so that, I mean, you know, I think that's. I don't know if you've got any other questions. We're all of a sudden we're picking up lots of momentum. People are calling and emailing. If people are interested and want to get in touch with me directly, the email address, all lowercase, is Gloucester400stories@gmail.com. And the 400 are the numerals, huh?
Yeah, we're going to post that on the Good Morning Gloucester website as well, right? Okay, Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, so I actually, what other events, just besides the stories, what other events you have that you're highlighting to let people know kind of a prequel as to what's going to happen in 2023 that, you know, for all ages or age groups?
Okay, great question. Thanks. So we have several committees, and together they form the steering committee that sort of guides all of the activities. So we have a maritime committee, and Karen Tibbetts and Mike DaCosta from the Maritime Center. They have about a half a dozen activities planned, some along the waterfront, some along the boulevard. Of course, they'll make the Schooner Fest that year a super duper Schooner Fest. And I should have been more prepared because we just had a meeting and they went through the whole list of things they've got planned. There is talk about trying to get the Constitution here. We tried to do that for the 375th and that fell through. So maybe this time it will work. There's an arts committee. There's a community outreach committee, a heritage committee. One thing, the heritage committee actually started last year in November before the pandemic. And Lynn Parisi, I'm guessing some of you know Lynn Parisi, Lynn Doyle Parisi, put together what was called last year an illumination event based on Plymouth's illumination event. So they were time to go to synchronize with each other. And it covered the first 100 years of Gloucester's history. And she's planned an event every year. There'll be another 100 years of Gloucester's history covered in presentations, song, poetry, sort of entertaining, but somewhat educational as well. Now, yeah, so that's, it's really, I know that there'll be a gala that in 2023. Our goal is to have events for all levels of interest, the gala, the everyday. So what we want to do, particularly with the Stories Project, is cover the average Joe and Joanna. We want to make sure that every type of person is represented. And there's different activities for different levels of interest and social groups.
So I guess the next question I have for you would be, what are your plans for fundraising? What type of fundraising support what's going to be happening in 2020?
Well, how long did you prepare these questions? Because they're awesome questions.
just off the cuff.
They're off the top of your. All right. So the current fundraising activity is the medals. Gloucester, you probably read in the paper a year or so ago, they had a competition for a medal design, a commemorative medal. And Beth Swan from Gloucester won that. And so that medal, the first 500 of those medals have just been minted. They're 1.5 inches. Hold on 1 second. Whoops. I should have been prepared, but just to show you, okay? So they're down at the Brass Monkey. They're really nicely done, and they're about $40.
They're available for purchase right now?
Huh?
They're available for purchase right now?
They are. They're available for purchase right now, and they're $40 at the Brass Monkey. We only minted 500, so I think there's only about 100 left. So the word on the street is you got to get down there soon.
That's a great insider tip right there. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Thank you for asking the question. As we get closer to 2020, there'll be the same commemorative medal, but this is, I think this is made out of, now I shouldn't say it, but I think it's maybe brass or bronze. I don't know. What would be the least expensive of those two? Anyway, but there'll be others that will, that in larger sizes that will be minted as we get closer to 2023. We're also hoping for donations. There's a place that you can donate, not on the website, but there's information about how to donate on the website. And then our concern has been that through the pandemic, places like the Open Door, the Grace Center, there are other places that desperately needed people to donate to. So we took a step back on asking for donations or doing fundraising just because the need during the pandemic was greater in other places. So keep your eye out for some fundraising ideas coming up. How's that?
That's fantastic.
Okay, we'll eventually, and hopefully in the summer too, we'll be ready to sell merchandise. T-shirts, hats, really quality stuff. So people can, we'll do that. But you know what? If you've got any ideas for what we can do to fundraise, particularly in these crazy times, we're happy to hear them.
Yeah, no question about it. I love I love knowing that there's only 100 of those commemorative medals. There won't be any more made, right?
Oh, there'll be more made, but not for a while.
You shouldn't have told anybody.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I take that back. Okay, wait a minute.
Jesus
Christ. I take that back. This is it. This is it. This 500. Get them while they're hot.
You get a first series issue though, and then you get a second series issue. So
that's it.
They're not worth as much.
Exactly. Right, and they'll cost more money.
That's right.
Who bought the first coin?
You know what? I'm not sure who bought the first coin. That's a really good question. I know the mayor's going down to buy hers Monday.
Okay.
All right. So watch for some PR on her buying her medal on Monday. There'll also be some article coming out in the Gloucester Daily Times this week about the Stories Project. So that will have more information. And then Bruce Toby will be submitting an article next week, a community update on the whole 400th. Yeah. All right. So, Scottie, what other tough questions do you have for me?
Oh, geez. There's so many, I can't come up with one on the spot right now.
Okay.
I have one. What's the email address if someone wants to be a volunteer?
Oh, the same one, Gloucester. Well, info, it depends. If it's the Stories Project, Gloucester 400 Stories at gmail.com. Let's just go with that email address for everything for now.
I would I'd love to speak further in it if I could help in any way as far as MC or DJ services or anything like that. Please keep me in the loop, and I'll be happy to donate my services in time to be a part of the celebration. Honest
to God, thank you so much. That's awesome. And I saw somebody. I've gotten you down here 2 or 3 times, Scottie. So you're on the hook. I saw a message come up that Gloucester was active in the Revolutionary War, and are we going to do anything about that? So the focus of the store, I'm sure that there'll be events around that, perhaps the Revolutionary War and other military engagements that people from Gloucester were involved in. The focus of the Stories Project is on the people. So certainly we'll put a call out for stories about people who served during the Revolutionary War from Gloucester. And this is an open invitation to anybody to submit a story. You don't have to ask approval. You don't have to ask if this is a good idea. Just submit the story on the website or send it to the email address. How's that?
I have some stories about Joe in high school. Can I submit those?
Well, it depends. You know what? We don't want any X-rated stories.
Well, Joey, I think that we might have to ask for the exclusive here on a pre-release of one of the stories as a sample further down the road when it gets a little closer.
It's the least they could do, really, right?
Okay. All right. A pre-release on one of the stories coming up. Is that
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Great. No, thank you. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Scottie. Thank you. Thank you, Joey. Thank everybody.
Thank you.
All
right. Have a great day.
See you later. You too.
She's great, isn't she? Scottie, you had a topic with the best Beatles song in tribute to John Lennon's 40th anniversary of his death.
Yes. Now, I'm a really big. I love the Beatles, but I'm not a diehard fan where you get into like the background and the lyrics and the deep catalogs and things like that. But I just thought it was, John Lennon's. They celebrated the 40th anniversary of his death. I believe it was last week, and I was just curious to see what everybody's favorite Beatles song was out there. One that comes to mind for me, it was "Oh Darling," and I just loved the way it was sang. And I think it was sang by Paul McCartney. Actually, I don't know if it was written by McCartney though. But anyway, curious to see what everybody's take is on what their favorite Beatles song is.
Yellow Submarine.
And do you have any factual information to back that up, Mr. McCarthy?
Yeah, well, back in 1930, when I was in a submarine, we used to play that song all the time. It stuck in my head.
Something that comes to mind when you say that is the Yellow Sub Shop.
Actually, I was thinking the same thing.
I thought that's the route you might have taken. So big shout out to the Yellow Sub Shop.
Yeah, the tuna fish at the Yellow Sub Shop is outstanding.
Pat or Jim, write your answer down because you're having audio troubles. If you'd like to write your answer down and hold it up to the camera for everybody, maybe. Being in the music industry, Jim, you taught at in New York or Jersey. What's that say, Chris?
Sergeant Pepper's.
Oh, Sergeant Pepper.
Oh, can we hear you now, Jim?
Jim, your handwriting is horrible.
Oh, good. We can hear you. Okay.
No,
that's great. That's the other Jim.
Joe's too busy tying his shoe right now.
Oh, what's Joe's mother saying? I want
to hold your hand. You know what? I want to hold your hand too.
I want to hold your hand. I want to.
So we have some prizes to give away today from different donors for the Good Morning Gloucester, and we just want to say thank you to them. Joey will be doing those very shortly when he's done tying both of his shoe, although he wears Velcro sneakers. McCarthy, would you like to add anything?
What other? Pat can't speak.
How was
I don't have the agenda up, but a shout out to again all the local restaurants. We actually went over to Essex last night. Went to the Village restaurant. Food was outstanding. We joined our buddy Russ Steves from Georgetown. It's just they're going to need everybody's help. So, get out there while they're still open.
Picture for the viewers of what the scene at the Village was like last night.
It was actually the room they sat us in. There were about 4 tables. One was a table of 4. One was actually a table of 8. We were a table of 6. And Pat just threw something.
Lobster Trap Tree Light online tonight. Good Morning Gloucester page at 4:30. So the Lobster Trap Tree Light will be tonight. Good Morning Gloucester Facebook page at 4:30. Sorry to cut you off, Chris.
No. I was actually going to do a shout out to the Lobster Trap tree lighting tonight. No other topics for me.
All right. So is your shopping all done? Or are you just starting with us?
Am I starting Christmas shopping?
Yeah. Finished your shopping, or are you still in the midst of shopping?
I think I would consider myself pretty close to being done. There may be a couple stocking stuffers I have to pick up here and there. Just remember, if you're looking for a great gift idea, Joe has his prints up at Cape Ann Coffee. Some great prints, high quality. They would fit in anybody's house, regardless of what your Xing Fi is, whatever Xing Wei.
Xing Fei? Feng Fu? Did you do the pop-up shop read yet, Pat? We did it already. Who did it? How did you do it?
Typed it.
Did you? You didn't speak. Okay, I'll read. I'll do the read. Pop-up shop today from 10 to 3 at Last Stop Variety. Holdfast Company, which is owned by Deanna Fay and Deb Berger, who make amazing all-natural soap, spoon butter, environmentally friendly beeswax wraps, will be there. Cape Ann Sea Salts will be there. Our friends James and Anna Eves. They have a new nautical flag product from Cape Ann G. Clay Hometown Graphics with word collages. They'll have some of my prints there. Hannah Kimberly will be introducing their brand new product called Speakeasy Potions, which are fruit, herbal, and spice-infused kits for infusing booze to make awesome cocktails at home. Bex will be there with her lobster trap ornaments and wreaths and trees. Melissa Cox will have her photos and cards for sale, too. That's at they're doing a pop-up shop at Last Stop Variety. So there's that. I wanted to bring that up. All right, Pat, are we ready for are you going to have a piece of paper so you can hold up the winners' names, Pat? Can you hear me, Pat? We're going to do our drawing, Pat.
She can't hear you.
Word. Honest to fucking Christ.
So, Joey, in the meantime, we'll pass that.
You can hear me, Pat? Can you hear me? Pat, can you hear me? You can hear me. Okay, great. All right. How many? What's the number, Pat? What's the number? Just give me the total number. Can you? 18. Okay, we have 18 people that shared it. We're gonna do the shake. There's gonna be 5 gifts. So how it works is on the 5 different draw picks. The first people that respond will have first picks on what they get. We're gonna go over it again. One gift is the cooler from Brenda Leahy. One gift is the Elks hat from Brenda Leahy. 3, there should be another bag of this.
Another one?
Oh, it's still in the bag. That's right. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Drift Soap Company, Trish Clinch donated these high tide handcrafted soap and clamshell soap dish set. There's 3 of these. So when we pick the winner, I know. Thank you, Brenda. Everybody's busting our balls about the whole COVID thing. It's much easier to do it in studio. We're going to do the pick 1 to 18. I just have to put it in my handy dandy random generator right here. One to 18. Okay. All right. The next press of the button is going to be the first winner. All right, I'm going to go right here. Let's see if I can get it to focus. That's right there is the focus button. All right, this isn't the number, but this will be. Number 4, Pat. Pat's going to put it up on the screen. Pat, also type it in the comments. Just type it in the comments, Pat. Pat, type it in the comments. And then you could put say winner number 4, and then just say the winner, first winner, and then put the name, and then highlight it on the screen. All right, the number 2 winner will be, and you can't win twice. 5. Second winner is 5, number 5. So we got that. So is Susan Casey Lipset is the first winner, Pat? Say winner number 1, Susan Casey Lipset. Winner number 2 is number 5. So then you can write winner number 2. Susan, if you're on right now, you have the first pick, but if someone else jumps you, they're going to pick ahead of you. All right, this is the third pick. Let me do the focus again. Number 11, the third winner. Pat, can you type out winner number 3 and then the name, please? There you go. Cheryl Christo is the third winner. To Spar? Who's Spar? Who's Spar? Give my gift to Spar. Let her choose. I don't know what that means. All right, the next winner. So we got 2 left to go. And number 18. To Pat. All right, Pat, you get to choose, Pat, on one of the gifts. I don't know if Pat can hear me. It's fucking driving me crazy. All right, this is the last winner right here. 17. All right, there you go. Those are your winners right there. The first ones to respond will be the ones that get the pick. You have till next Sunday to come down the wharf and pick up your prize. So there's that. I want to thank everyone for participating and putting up with our shenanigans. And this is pretty tough to pull off remotely, but I hope it was still entertaining. Pat says Elks. There's only one thing. There's the Elks hat. Craig, you didn't win. So Elks, it's either the hat or the cooler. So Pat, are you going to be able to take down these things? So I got to go take care of a boat. All right, everybody, love you. Thanks for showing up. Chris, McCarthy, Scottie, Mac, Pat Dalpiaz, Lisa Buccieri, Lemont, Laura Ventamilia, Jimmy Dalpiaz, Pat Dalpiaz, and Sista Felicia. This is Joey Shimataro, Jim Capillo. Thanks for helping me set up.
You bet.
And we're signing off right now.
Thank you, Joey.